Hello. You can see me. I can see you. Once again, my microphone's a little too low. I'm professional. Trust me. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm doing. But long story short, I bet you were thinking you're going to see another, minorities react, minorities play. But a couple medical emergencies came up, and I didn't want to put out some videos because I didn't want Devo feeling pressure to kind of keep up appearances or stuff like that. Because right now he is very tired. He is going through a lot. So him and his wife, because his wife went through some stuff, and out of respect for him, I'm not going to say what happened, but nothing bad. They're still together, stuff like that. But there's just a medical emergency on his end. He had to handle it, and then same on my end. There was a medical emergency. I had to handle it. Overall, there's been a lot of life happening, and so I just kind of wanted to put a halt on the videos for a little bit. But they will be coming back. It's just as of right now, because I can't remember when this will go up, but I don't know if it was 2 weeks ago or whatever that was. Whenever the last video was an update, was me being late, but this is actual like life happening as you're seeing this. But with everything being said, I thought I'd make a quick little video. If you don't know, I'm into card games, and if you see me moving my arms down here, it's because I am currently playing with cards. And not just any cards, card games, specifically not like Uno and stuff like that, but Yu-Gi-Oh! And if you can't tell, this is my favorite deck in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! It is the Ruin, or Demise and Ruin deck. Some people call it the end of the world. Some people call it the cycle of the end of the world. But long story short, I know this deck isn't the greatest. I know this deck isn't the best. But I came on here, the internet, because wherever I search, whatever I look up, there's, that's the beauty of like deck building in any game, is there's so many different ways of doing things. But I noticed there was a lot of issues that I had with the decks, because my main goal that I want is to get both of these guys on the field at once. So having both of them on the field in one turn. But so far, ever since the ban list that recently came out, that got read out, I think it's Herald of Arclight, completely. I used to run 3 in my extra deck, but now that he's completely gone, I cannot run anything, and that hurts. But that's whatever. That's the point of the ban list, though. It's kind of like equal things out, balance things out. And right now, my Demise and Ruin deck is very much, how do I explain it? It's mainly just nostalgic, because I run all the incantation creatures. I got the Manju of the 10,000 hands. I run the Cycle of the World, End of the World, and a bunch of hand traps. And the Biru's in here. Zaborg is a big one, but because of the Herald of the Arclight no longer being in the deck, I can't get a bunch of ritual spells and ritual monsters and summon these guys on the same turn, because that was my big thing. Was I had ways to get Zaborg to my hand, if not already in my hand, get 2 creatures on the field by special summoning, tribute those 2 to Zaborg, put them on. One of them is a light monster usually. Boom, pop himself, and then I get to go and grab 8 cards from my extra deck, throw them in the graveyard. Then I get to look at yours, throw them in the graveyard. But long story short, I was wondering if you guys can help me, like I said, get the 2 big level 10 monsters on the field, because Ruin here, Supreme Queen of Oblivion, I believe. Yes, Supreme Queen of Oblivion has a specific card effect that I like, where ritual monsters cannot be destroyed by card effects. Demise here, Supreme King of Armageddon, has somewhat a similar ability as her, but his reads that ritual monsters cannot be destroyed by battle. So if I can get both of these guys on the field, it's going to be kind of difficult to deal with them. And I have won games with this deck on Master Duel, not in real life, because I have yet to play like against somebody with these except one person, and that one person did really well because he also understands Yu-Gi-Oh! And I keep looking this way, but the camera's right here. But it was a fun game. I got a Blue Eyes deck that I made from 3 starter decks, put them together, and he actually figured it out and basically stopped my whole turn with 1 card. And I was like, well, that sucks. Like I said, if you have any recommendations, if you have anything that you would want me to throw into a deck with this deck, because like I said, my whole gimmick is I want these guys to go in. And I understand I don't want a deck that's going to be like super meta, because I know these guys aren't meta, and I know these guys, from what I've seen online, aren't the best ritual monsters. Like there's a lot more ritual monsters that people like above these. Like I know, I can't remember the name of it, but it's a Japanese one that looks like a biblically accurate angel. I think it's Mitsurugi, but I keep looking this way. But like I said, I really am enjoying Yu-Gi-Oh! I really love Yu-Gi-Oh! I love card games in general, and you'll probably see these kinds of things besides deck profiles, gameplay, stuff like that, where I come on here to ask you guys for help, because like I said, as of right now, I basically just have like I would say the bare bones of rituals, because like I said, I have 1 of each of the incantation creatures. It's Bookstone, where are you? Bookstone, Candle, Talismandra, and Pensaplume. The long story short, I can, if I have a ritual or ritual monster in my hand, I can special summon these guys out. And if it's the ones that let me look through my deck to look for either a ritual spell or a ritual monster, or the ones that let me recycle things such as a ritual monster or a ritual spell from my graveyard to my hand, that's very fun. But overall, it's just like, I don't know. I feel like I could do a lot more with this deck. And because I just want to have both of them on the field. And Zaborg here, like I said, was the big guy, big hitter. And I keep bringing him up because he still is good in the deck. I still play this deck on Master Duel. It still has good games, but it's usually not because I'm the better player or I'm doing things correctly. It's because the other person usually messes up, or I have one trap in my hand. Because my biggest thing in this deck is Nibiru. And a lot of people can play around that. A lot of decks can play around Nibiru or even just play after Nibiru hits. So it's always like challenging, and that's the beauty of Yu-Gi-Oh! That's what I love about Yu-Gi-Oh! Is that no matter what you do, you can always pull out wins. Like, for example, I currently am running a Gladiator Beast deck, right? I'm running a Gladiator Beast deck on Master Duel that I'm thinking about buying in real life. Is it good? It's average. I'd give it like a D plus to a C minus personally, because I understand that it's not a strong deck. A lot of people have said that it's not been relevant since like 2010, but I really enjoy the deck because I like the premise of I can swing these creatures, go get more creatures that come in, summon on other creatures, and make bigger creatures come out, you know? But that's basically it for this video, is just me asking if you guys have any ideas. I can also show you my extra deck as well, because if you know anything about Yu-Gi-Oh! I'll be showing you these. I have one Zeus that I run. He's very good at clearing the board. I have a number 77, 7 Sins. I haven't really used this card on Master Duel that much, but it's, from my understanding, you can detach 2 materials from this card, banish as many special summon monsters your opponent controls as possible, then attach one of those banished monsters to this card's material. If this face-up card on the field will be destroyed by battle card effect, you can detach one material from that card instead, which is really nice. And then, obviously, you got Super Dreadnought Rail. These are crazy names. Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Juggernaut. Is it Lebebe? This is a really fun card to have. I've played with it and actually KO'd people with it before. Number 84, Pain Gainer. I actually never knew what this card did until a couple days ago. And I've had this deck for well over a year. And I've been playing with this in my extra deck on Master Duel for about 2 years, I think. And I just never summoned it, but I just read it a couple days ago. I was like, cool. I also have this really cool Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Gustav Max. This is a very fun card to have. And like I said, when I used to have 3 of the Herald of Arclights, I was able to summon this turn 1, blast my opponent for damage, or at least my turn 1, blast him for damage, and then I was able to, I think it's this guy specifically. Is he the one that lets me grab a incantation? Nope, ritual spell. It's the other one. It's the Pencil Bloom. I was able to special summon Pencil Bloom, bring back my Demise from the graveyard to my hand, had the ritual spell in hand, had another Demise in hand, resummoned him, and then hit stuff. And I was like, this is so stupid. I also have Psy Frame Lord Omega, just so when he gets into the graveyard with Zaborg, while he's in the graveyard, I can shuffle 2 things back into the deck. Wind Pegasus at Igniter, same thing. While it's in the graveyard, I can choose something. I keep looking this way. When it's in the graveyard, I can choose something. Yep, I can target 1 card. My opponent controls, shuffle it into the deck, which is very fun. I have Fossil Warrior Skull Knight, which, long story short, it's in there. When it's in the graveyard, I can banish it, and I can destroy 1 monster that my opponent controls, but I can only use the ability of Fossil Warrior Skull Knight once. Last but not least, I have Elder Entity. Is it Entis? Once again, Zaborg sends it to the graveyard. Very fun. And then while it's in the graveyard, when it gets sent to the graveyard, I can target 1 card in the field, destroy it. And I can only special summon her once, but I don't really special summon her. A lot of these cards are just thrown in the garbage unless it's one of the XYZs. But like I said, if you have any recommendations, because if you guys need to know the deck, I do have a deck profile, but I have updated it since. It's been just more hand traps than anything else. And with that being said, I really do appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate you guys sticking around, and help me make this deck better. Help me make this deck more, I guess, quicker if there's ways or cards that I'm not understanding. Because right now I have a moderate understanding of Yu-Gi-Oh! Decks. I understand how the game works. I understand the mechanics, but I have a moderate understanding of decks. So there might be some new cards that came out in the last couple of years or months or days even that I'm unaware of. Let me know down in the comments. Feel free to give me your guys' opinions on the deck, because like I said, whether you love it or hate it, this is my favorite deck of all time. I've loved it ever since I first started playing it, It's very fun. I enjoy it thoroughly. But thank you so much, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.